Hi everyone, welcome to the planner for the 2021-22 school year. This is the teacher planner and there are a lot of different covers to choose from. I'm going to scroll through them right now and I'm using GoodNotes 5. This would work with anything like Notability or Zoom Notes, any PDF annotation device would work. I am using an iPad with the GoodNotes 5, but I have also used Zoom Notes before as well. Here's some of the covers you can set for your planner, and the rest of them you would just delete if you didn't want to use them. So I'll just scroll through some of those pretty quick for you. So I made it pretty colorful, lots of different colors and covers here to choose from, some with some designs, different combinations. I went with a lot of the geometric type patterns, very colorful, and then we have some just ombre, different color versions here. Oops. And then just some plain colors that match with the tabs on the top. All right, and then up here on the top, I have the home button that you can click up in the left-hand corner. So when you would click on that, it would take you back to whichever home page you have set. All right, and then going across the top, we have the Students tab. If you click on that, now each one of these bubbles throughout the whole planner, they are all linked to different pages. So for instance, if I wanted to go to the seating chart, I would click on seating chart and it would take me to my seating chart. I can go back up to the tab Students and then choose something else like the birthdays, and this is where I can write my students' birthdays. So all of the tabs are linking. I'm going to slide through all the ones that are in the student information section though, but again, all of these are linked right with the tabs or with the bubbles here. Some of these plain bubbles on the right hand side here going down, those are ones where you can just write in anything you want and it will link to a separate page for that then as well for you. All right, so here's all the things that I have in the student tab. And anything in here that you wouldn't want to use, you could just go ahead and delete. This is the student individual page that is on the students tab. This is where you could write students' names. And then as well, every time you, like I said, every time you see these bubbles are linked to their own pages. So you could write your students' names in here. And then if you wanted to click on like Sam's name, if you click on his name, it would take you to Sam's page. So everything is really nice and linked in there. So that was this individual students page we were just on. I also did make the second one in here. Let me go back to the students page. Parent communication, I set it up the same way where you could write your students' names with their parents' names in there. And then again, you can click on each individual button and it'll take you right to that student's parents' information. And then here's the last one, the conferences. So all the tabs are set up the same way. I have my curriculum tab, which has monthly planning, and you can take a look at some of the things there. Some of them I have forms like this, like the planning page. Then when I got back into past pacing and like my curriculum pages, I left them blank because I like to paste in like a grid or something that my district might have for me to put in there. So I like to leave those blank. And then again, there are a lot of different empty ones where you can write whatever you want in there and it will link to those pages. Passwords tab, I again have lots of blank ones for you, but I had started off with some things like the teacher passwords. You can write in your passwords here for those. Even websites, you could write in different websites. Then my next tab over on the top, the yellow one, is displays. I like to present a lot of times my screen on my InFocus board. So I plan on putting different Bitmoji screens on here with my classroom. And then I also have a blank screen one. So like I would click on this first one and then right here would be my Bitmoji classroom that I would have there. And then going across the top, my checklist. I have a bunch of different checklists here. I put all the main core subjects for the younger grades in here, but again, you could change those just by typing something else in that tab. I also have blank ones on the bottom there for you. The gradebook is in here also, and then there are for the different quarters. And again, everything is linking right in there for you. Going across the top again, the blue tab, data, same thing. I have my class roster, and then I like to keep track of a lot of separate things like fluency and different comprehension skills. So I would use the different bubbles, and it again directs me right to a blank page where I can keep track of that data. So it's kind of like a jumping off screen. Going across the top again, my teal button is lessons. Now this one I have it starting with a calendar here. Up in the right hand corner, daily schedule, it'll take you right to the schedule page. Back from my lessons page, every one of the months on the top, you can click on the month and it'll take you to the calendar page. I like to go back and forth right when I'm doing my lessons. And then every single bubble, if you click on the bubble like for September 6th, that top pink bubble, if I click on that, it's going to take me right to my lesson page. Within my lesson page, I have that pink little button here at the top that says small group lessons. I like to keep the same ones with my lesson sheet. So if this is my weekly lessons for September 6th, if I click on that pink, it's going to have my lesson plans for my small groups for that same week as well. And then you can make as many copies of this to go along so you have a different one for each lesson. All right, so there's the schedule, and then it goes into like a blank page I have on there if you wanted to add anything extra, and then it starts going into all the different dates. Going back across the top, my meetings tab, I have some of these different meetings set up that I thought most of us would probably have, and then there's blank ones as well. So like my grade level or staff meeting, I would click on that, and then there's the nice little label. You can take notes or add in any pictures of anything that your principal or somebody would want you to have. All right, going across the top, the light green is to do. And I have 3 different to-do lists. My beginning of the year, I like to just post my list of things or write things down like as I'm getting my classroom ready. My running to-do list, these are the things that maybe aren't pressing for each day, but things that I want to do in the next week or so. Sometimes I might use this one. But then I also like to use my weekly to-do list, where I have certain tasks and things for next week and like certain things for each day. So I use that one often too. And again, these you can make as many copies of as you want so that you have them there for that tab. And then my last tab going across the top is other. And this is where I just put anything else that I didn't really think fit in any of those other tabs that I use. I do have links in here to like all the calendar pages. So if I click on calendar, it takes me to my whole calendar. But I tend to use it more from my lessons button anyways when I'm doing my lesson plans. I have my daily schedule, staff information, school map you can paste in on that page. Lunch info. I like to keep track of all my past newsletters and take pictures of them. Work on my current newsletter, field trip information. So a lot of these pages will just look like this with the heading on top, and you can design or add whatever you like on the top with them. And then personal checklist, I just keep track of anything I need to keep track for myself here. Sometimes like the teachers are owing each other money for different things, for lunches or whatever, so I might use this spreadsheet for something like that. And then I have a stickers page. You can write in each box, if you have a lot of, star type stickers or something, or smiley faces, you can write those things in. And then all of these buttons are linkable to the page where you could find those different stickers on there. So each one of those buttons is linkable there. And then I have, 4 other blank ones, and then one that has extra pages if you had certain formats that you wanted to save on that one. And again, you can always go back to the left-hand corner with this home button, that little dot in the top left, and that would take you back to your home screen, whichever one that you happen to choose. Please let me know if you have any questions, and happy viewing. I hope you have fun planning in this digital planner.